It's easier to fight you than to face the fight. Okay, let me repeat that, but with other words. It's easier for people that don't want to move on to fight you. It's safer for them to fight you than to face the fight. I've mentioned before in another summary of mine, which I believe I've uploaded yesterday, I've mentioned that when you want deliverance and long-term solutions, that means long-term safety, long-term health, when you want to operate in the supernatural, expect a fight. I'm telling you, expect a fight. Look, first of all, you've been lied to, because Satan has deceived the whole world. And to face it that you've been lied to and fooled is going to be a shock. And you'll need to go through that. Some people, well, actually a lot of people also had traumatic experiences in their childhood. So not only have they been lied to, they also have to process that trauma also. And besides that, when you want to operate in the supernatural, well, not only do you have past experiences that you need to process, not only do you have to process all the lies you've been fed and all the investments you've made unknowingly in those lies, now you also have to face the retaliation of others around you. And soon you will have demonic forces that will oppose you also through other people. So understand this well. To be delivered means to face the fight. And every human being that's born that wants to be delivered have to face that fight. Here's the deal. No, not the deal. Well, okay, it's a deal. The deal that we call society is that people agree collectively not to face this fight. People agree collectively to collide together in collective avoidance of that fight. That is the conflict that we call society. People agree to conform to avoid the fight. But hold on a minute. If they're not delivered, they're still trapped, they're still deceived. Their thinking patterns are not in agreement with Christ. So there is still frustration and contention that's developed as a consequence of not being delivered. But people don't want to face the fight. They don't want others to face the fight, because if someone else faces the fight and they overcome, no, forget if they overcome. The fact that there are people that don't want to agree with the collective avoidance already is going to affect people's relief that they have from conforming. Okay, let me illustrate this for you. Let's say you have Peter. And Peter, he's not a believer. He just wants things to be different. So Peter begins to sport. Peter is obese and he begins to sport. Once he begins to sport, this is not something spiritual or anything to do with the Holy Spirit or the Bible, nor with Christ or anything, but he just wants to lose his weight. After a while, he has lost his weight very quickly. And the people around him are shocked. They don't want to believe it's Peter. Now we have people that are murmuring, complaining all the time about Peter. Sometimes even Peter doesn't even know what has happened. Peter had an issue with, well, he was obese. It had an emotional root. Why he ate so much and why his body stored up all that fat. It had an emotional root. Now, while Peter was working out, he began to process those emotional issues. He was really aware of it, but began to process them. And when the root was dealt with, he lost his weight. Now, Peter was not delivered. He still had worldly thinking patterns that were not in agreement with Christ, but he had relief from that obesity. And that relief alone upset many people. Why? Because many people had their way of thinking, like, if you're obese, it's because you're a pathetic piece of shh. You get what I'm saying? That wants to get attention. And because Peter was obese, they've applied these these stereotypes onto Peter. And they felt good about themselves because they were not obese. So they needed to have a bad example to be relieved. Because that's how society operates. But now that Peter's appearance changed, Peter now had muscles, he had a six-pack. Now people can't handle that. They really can't. Because this reflects back to them that, first of all, their way of thinking is wrong. And when people have to admit that their way of thinking is wrong, that sense of security that they are addicted to, they will lose it. And they don't want to lose it. So now Peter had a lot of people that were picking on him, that wanted to look for a fight with him, that began to accuse him. And Peter was thinking, about 2 years ago, when I was eating a lot of chips and hamburgers, and when I was growing body fat behind my computer playing video games and watching porn, when I was doing that, people didn't really bother with me. I had it easy. Now that I've lost weight, now that I'm not into looking porn anymore, and now that I'm even dating, now people aren't worried with me. Why? Because someone has left the deal. Someone has left the collective avoidance. Now that's just someone in the world who's lost, who's in darkness, that gets relief. He has relief in darkness, and other people in darkness can't handle it. Now, let alone if the world even persecutes and becomes insane against people of the world that gets a relief, that people in the world they want to agree with, then what are worldly people going to do with someone that wants deliverance from the world and operate in supernatural? Just understand this. A lot of people, they choose the dark side. Why do they choose the dark side? Because they don't want to face the fight. They don't want to face themselves. They don't want to face the bad thinking patterns they have. They don't want to face how much they've invested in those bad thinking patterns. They don't want to face the collective responsibility towards others. They just want relief. They just want to be left alone. For example, let's say that Peter now lost all that weight and Peter's now dating a very attractive young woman. Then let's say that there is this classmate that used to go to the same school as Peter. And that former classmate is a woman, and she always knew Peter as that fat guy who couldn't get any girlfriends, who was very frustrated. Now she's seeing Peter dating what they would call a hot, sexy lady, and that young woman who's a former classmate of Peter is so upset. She's angry. Why? Because Peter's loss of obesity has affected her and has impacted her. And now she begins to hate on Peter. Now people are going to ask her, why do you hate Peter that much? What did the guy do to you? And then when people keep asking, people told her, you have no real reason, do you? Then she says, that guy has lost weight. He has made improvement in his life. Now I need to think differently about him. Why? Because I also have things that I need to let go of, but I really don't want to let go because I just want to be left alone. I didn't ask to be impacted by Peter's development. So here's the real deal. That young woman that's upset with Peter, she doesn't want to face the fight that she has to face to be delivered. And I'm not adding to the Bible here. Christ said, whoever wants to follow me, those that want true deliverance, they need to deny themselves, pick up the cross, and follow me. That's what Christ said. Now, in this parable I'm giving, it's just unbelievers amongst each other. That young woman, that ex-classmate of Peter, they don't want to be affected by Peter's development. Why? Because that development of Peter, it reveals something about that young lady that she didn't want to face. So now she has to justify her anger against Peter. She doesn't want to face the fight. She does not want to face her own contribution. She doesn't want to face her selfishness that she wants to be left alone. She doesn't want to face that she will have to adapt her way of thinking. She does not want to face the people she has affected with her way of thinking. She doesn't want to face the demons she has attracted by her negative meditation. No, she doesn't want any of that. She just wants to be relieved and left alone. So she chooses the dark side. Because she does not want to face the fight, she now is fighting Peter. She's now spreading rumors about Peter. When she sees Peter, she becomes angry and walks away. That young woman gets involved with a guy who becomes her boyfriend, and her boyfriend is just like her, someone who doesn't want to face a fight, who just wants relief. So that guy, because he wants to hold on to the sexual access to his girlfriend, he also joins her rage against Peter. And that guy even goes so far, he is so desperate to get validation from that woman that he goes out and physically assaults Peter. And when this happens, he's arrested. And it's after he's arrested that he realized that, man, you did all of that to get the validation of that girl, and now that girl doesn't even want to visit you. Then now you're going to jail for a few months. But that guy also don't want to face himself. So when he's released from jail and he tries to, well, get back to his ex-girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend doesn't want to face herself, the guy neither. So when the guy doesn't get access anymore to his ex, he gets more enraged at Peter, and now he wants to kill Peter completely, because he's blaming Peter for his condition. You get where there's going? They don't want to face the fight. Why? Because they will face danger. First, they have to face their parents. They have to face their own relatives. They have to face their own society. And they also have to face the demons that are behind it. They don't want to go through all of that. So, they don't want to face all that violence, because Peter, in this case, he faced violence, though to him losing, being obese. When he lost obesitas, he faced a lot of violence, but Peter was motivated to keep on going. This guy that went to jail, and also that ex-girlfriend, they weren't. The easy and safe, the safe option they had was to fight Peter. So that's why they did not want to change the way of thinking about Peter. That's why they always had to find some reason to be negative about Peter, because it's not safe for them. And this is true. Everyone that goes into the positive direction will face violence in the world amongst unbelievers, and it's a known fact. And that violence can even cost the life of the one that chooses in the positive way. That's people in the world I'm talking about. Oh, all right. So people in the world treat each other that way, and it's accepted. So what do you think the world is going to do when you're following Christ, operating in the supernatural? It's safer for them to fight you than to face the fight. So, wherever you listen to this, if you're in the right direction, keep on going. Be at peace.